Why do we stop at every closed door? Do you think the enemy is just letting you have open doors? My theology when it comes to doors, if there's a closed door, I'm beating it down. If it ain't going, I'm looking for a window. If the Lord closed the door, he knows I'm looking for a window. And if I find a window and it ain't open, I will break the window. And if eventually there's an alarm on that thing and I cannot get in, I will stop and go, okay, maybe we won't go this way. But I am going, because here's the thing. Why do we stop at every closed door? Do you think the enemy is just letting you have open doors? And here's the other thing. For one, the enemy is going to stand against you in anything that you do, especially if it's in line with your calling. Actually, your most opposition will come in line with your calling, okay? When you're doing things that aren't really lined up with you, you get little opposition. When you're doing things that are 50-50 and they're the good, that rob you of the great, you get a little more opposition. When you get into the place that's like, dude, this is what I'm meant for, all hell will break loose on you, okay? I'm just gonna be honest. That is where the enemy goes, and he'll come up against you. And here's the reason that the Lord does it. The Lord allows that to happen because it's in that opposition that you gain what you need to move forward in your calling. Opposition is not there to stop you. It's there to create in you what's necessary to move forward in your destiny. On the other side of your opposition is your anointing. Paul, Barnabas, let's go back to them. They take off, and it's Barnabas and Paul, right? They're moving forward. They're going, and the first thing they come up against is a demonized man. And the Lord's just like right out of the gate, just here you go. Gives him manifest, allows the demonized man to come against him. And Paul just gets ticked off, gets pissed off at him. I love it. And he goes, you son of the devil, shut your mouth. The cloud's going to fall over you. You're blind. Tell us what you're thinking, Paul. You know what I mean? Like, he just, boom, hits the guy, silence him. He goes blind. And he goes, sweet, now we're moving forward. From that point on, it changes to Paul and Barnabas. And he begins to move forward in a greater measure of his anointing and calling. Hey, if you hear, he said, what we say, when opposition comes, we go, it's not the will of God. I'm like, oh, no. On the other side of your opposition is your anointing to move forward into the next stage. And in your opposition is what's needed to produce in you what's necessary. Oppositions are not there to stop you. They're there to create in you what you need. So don't just stop at every opposition.